Hey everyone, it's Janelle Henry in the Career Development Center. Today we are going to be going and doing the Designing Your Career Path workshop. So I hope you are ready to learn about going into your future and making some positive steps. So with that being said, um, today, we're going to be able to talk to you about identifying some college experiences that can help you confirm your career goals, and then to create some specific academic and career related goals. So the very first thing I want you to think about, and you can write this down if you want to, is to write down one thing that you can do for yourself this semester that's career action item, so a career-oriented action item that you can do for yourself this semester that will help you in your future. So I'm going to give you a second or two to write that down. If we were in person, we would share that and be able to talk about how that can change from person to person. So I hope you've made some decisions, a decision about what you can do. Hang on to that because you might want to add to it as we talk through this. So what does the Career Development Center do? So if you've never met us, if you've never been to any of our presentations, we are the office on campus that posts all the jobs, internships, on-campus work study. We help students who are getting ready to change their major or choose their choice of major, and then obviously fast forwarding on to the senior year when they're getting ready to graduate and everything in between. So we really say that we like to help students define your career goals and help you take necessary steps where you're at. So if you're at the very beginning, we want to help you at the very beginning. If you're at the middle, great. Or if you're at the end. So everyone's path to professional employment is going to look completely different. Even if you look at the person next to you on the Zoom screen or next to you in a classroom, you all might be the same major, but you getting to professional employment is going to be completely different than they are. So your path is good. And their path is good. So I don't want you to feel that you're doing something wrong. What you're maybe doing wrong is not working with someone along the way. So how can we help you along the way? Obviously, I said a little bit earlier that we help students decide or confirm their choice of major. Help them explore and research career options if they're completely clueless what they want to do with that major. Help them get some experience through internships, externships, job shadowing, volunteering. We want to make sure that you have some information under your belt and then you get some experience under your belt. We also help students work through etiquette and personal branding of helping them portray themselves in a professional manner, help them work through an internship and job search process. And then obviously what everyone knows that we do is to help write your resume and cover letter. We review those and we can review mock interviews with you. And then obviously prepare for graduate school. So if you're not wanting to go into the workforce right away, or you're going to go into graduate school, we can help you prepare for grad school. So what's the first step in this career path is to learn about you and who you are. Now's the time to start asking yourself questions about what you want to learn more about. If you could have any job where you would get to learn more about a specific industry, a specific path, whatever it might be, what would that be? What would that look like? So how do you figure that out? During your classes, paying attention to projects and activities that you're like, wow, that really came easily to me and I enjoyed it. Making sure that you know your strengths, what you're good at, where your skills lie, but also knowing what you're not so great at. I mean, I know that I'm not a good writer, so I needed a career where writing was not the main focus of my everyday work. So you need to know what you do really, really well and what you're not so great at so that you can find that great balance. Also thinking about what you do during your leisure time, your free time activities and what skills that you have from those. It's always a great opportunity to ask a parent, a professor, or a friend, what am I good at? What am I not so great at? I think there's times where we can have those honest conversations with people who really care about us, so that you can learn more and agree with them or maybe disagree, but to know what someone from the outside looking in feels about you. Obviously, you can also complete a career assessment through our office and sit down and talk to someone about career coaching, about your path. Everyone's situation is completely different. So it's your opportunity to sit down and talk with one of the staff members here in the Career Development Center about how we can get you going on your path. The next piece is to learn about careers. What's out there in the world? I'm recording this in March of 2021, and we just had a huge shift in working from a place to working virtually. So things change all the time, and I want you to be aware of what's going on currently in the field of interest of yours and what's changing. So staying on top of things, of what's going on, by learning about those career options, talking to people who are actually in the field right now, doing informational interviews. It's as easy as sitting here on Zoom and talking to them with a cup of coffee. Maybe participating in clubs and organizations on campus to figure out a little bit more. And then there's always the opportunity to do elective courses. To figure out if another field is appropriate for you. I have candidcareer.com on that screen because I want you to know about that resource. It is a video library, all current videos of people doing informational interviews in different career fields. So you can go into kutztown.edu/candid career, and you can type in a job title at the top in the search bar, and a video will come up for you. And you can watch it and learn more about someone who's working in that field, what a day is like, what they love about it, what might be stressful about it. So Candid Career is a really good resource to get some informational interviews and just to hear about what people do in different career fields. I like to put this little a triangle up to make sure that everyone has a good visual in their brain of how to get to professional employment, that tippy top um, in the diamond. And I want to make sure that you know that you can't get to that tippy top with just a degree, right? We need to make sure that you're building experiences along the way to get to that professional employment. So you start with just working, working in a burger place or working in retail, whatever it might be. And then the next step is to work in a related field of interest, then an internship, an externship, whatever it might be, and then obviously on to professional employment. So just remember that triangular shape, that you do have to work your way up. How do you do the research for careers? We definitely have some resources on our website, both on the career website and Kutztown's website. Every academic department has their own website and their resources that they provide. Our Career Development Center has a major discovery series where we have something for every major at KU, where we list out the skills and the abilities and the strengths that you need, sample job titles, what a good 4-year plan would look like for you to be ready for that job. And then on the very back side of it is a sample resume. So those are the major discovery series that we offer. And then we also subscribe to a service called What Can I Do with a Major In? You would go in, you would search for your major, and it would bring up a lot of very similar information. So you might be thinking of, changing your major or, tweaking your current major a little bit with a minor and how that would work. Some external resources from Kutztown is the Occupational Outlook Handbook and ONET. These two are government resources who talk about current job titles. What's the median salary? What is the future outlook for those careers? Does it look like that career will be staying around, or does it look like it's on the decline? So those are some really good governmental resources that we like to show students. The next piece is to learn through experience. So first off, we learned about ourselves, we learned about careers, and then we're going to learn through experience so we figure out if it's for you or not. We already talked about informational interviews, of that conversation with someone who's already doing the job. Externships, job shadowing, and then volunteering. So informational interviewing can really just be as simple as a cup of coffee with someone. I think professionals are a little bit more apt to do it now with Zoom because they don't necessarily have to step away from their work for too long to travel. It could be over email. It could still be in person if you're able to do that. But really making sure that you're sitting down and you're talking with someone, asking some good questions about what's your daily routine, what's most challenging about your career, what experiences should I be getting into? So really it's just learning about them and how they got to that point. The next kind of step up is job shadowing. And this is where you spend some time being a fly on the wall in a workplace, watching about what's going on. So you're actually there in the setting, being able to observe. You're probably not doing any projects at that point because you're just sitting back and you're just watching and you're starting to make your own decisions. You're starting to go, or, ooh, I like that. So a job shadowing can be very powerful. How do you decide where to start for those two experiences? Obviously, you can talk to us in the Career Development Center. We can give you some ideas, but I want to make sure that you start with the people who are closest to you, your professors, your fellow students, your parents, friends of the family, family's friends. You never know who someone knows that might be of benefit for you. So just make sure that you are telling everyone what you are in need of and what you're looking for. Next one is a little more investment, volunteering or interning. Interning is obviously the most important experience that we want everyone to have on this campus. Not every major requires an internship, so we really strongly suggest that you do it so that you have some related experience on your resume. The next piece is volunteering. So you might not be able to find an internship exactly what you want, but if you could find a volunteer experience exactly what you want, I would suggest that you do that. So that's really where you are able to start gaining some experience, working with people, networking with them, and starting to build your resume. Skills happen not only through classroom settings, but employment settings and volunteer. And these are just a little smattering of soft skills or career readiness skills that employers really hope that new employees bring with them and they don't have to teach them those. So look at one over, and I think the first one, communication, is probably the most self-explanatory. An employer wants to make sure that you are already bringing good listening skills, good writing skills, even presentation skills for some careers. So that's just a small spattering of it. And we do an entire presentation called soft skills on these. Okay, so now that we talked about that, what can I tell you to do to get yourself on the path? Obviously, go to class, participate in class, turn your cameras on, and be aware if you're in a virtual setting. Pay attention. um, Talk with your professors, get to know them. They have a lot of industry experience and knowledge that you want to absorb, and you want them to know that you're actively searching and being a professional. Getting involved in campus and community, starting to do that career research, starting to networking, to talk about your interests with everyone that you know. And obviously you can come to us here in the Career Development Center, but I need you to remember why you came to college. That was to gain the education for a better career. So I need you to stay career focused. I can't let you wait until your senior year to start this. It's kind of late at that point. You would have to cram a lot of stuff in. So stay career focused throughout your time at Kutztown and moving forward. Now, go back to that one item that you wrote at the very beginning. Bring that up. And then I want you to now add to it and say, what could you do in the next 7 days? What's one thing that you could do in the next 7 days? Maybe it's rewatching this video to get some more ideas. What's one thing that you could do by the end of this academic semester? And then what's one thing that you can do by the end of the calendar year? Graduation is not that far away. For those of you that are seniors, maybe watching this presentation, congratulations. Graduation will be happening very soon, and then things change. And one thing to note is that you still have access to the Career Development Center resources after you graduate. So every time there's a presentation presented, we always send some follow-up emails to them. So please make sure that you respond to those surveys and giving us some feedback. So it was great speaking with you today. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and let us know if you have any questions here in the Career Development Center. Thanks.